Hey everyone. All right, so I'm going to go over um, Monday's assignment or my notes. Just so you know, I'm in my kitchen. I've like jury rigged like a little space for myself. So, yay. So, bear with me as I go through all this. All right, so if we are looking at our packet, if you see this is page 1, we are not following this. There is no way that we're going to go through all this, and I've been given permission to not have to go through all that, so we're not going to go through all that. If we look at page 2, this gives you some key concepts. If you still have your notebook and actually went back and grabbed it, you should have your foldables. If not, you can go and look at your notes online, or it gives you some information here. You do nothing with this. So this is showing you guys there are 3 types of ways that you guys can do systems of equations. One, you can graph and find the point where they both meet. You can substitute it whenever you have either x or y equal something. Take that, substitute it inside, and solve it. Or we can do elimination where we have, this part minus this part, and then simplify it, then solve it, and keep going. It would have been nice to have finished it. And then there's a, hey, look, there's a type of word problem which they don't even solve. So, yeah, that's kind of useless. All right, so what do we have here? Page 3 is where my notes are going to start. I've already done my set of notes, so there's that. So if we look, it says surface rentals rent umbrellas for $4 an hour plus a deposit of $8. So a couple of things I want you guys to highlight. We have surface rentals, and we know that they are $4 an hour, plus we need to give them $8 at the very beginning. Beach bums rent umbrellas for a flat fee of $6 an hour with no deposit. After how many hours will the deals cost the same amount? What is that amount? So question 1, I am going to start. Oh God, sorry. All right. So make a table, show the relationship between the number of hours for the rental and the cost of the rental for each business. So surface rentals, what do we know? We know that it is $8 at the very beginning plus $4 an hour. All right. So that's what we know over here. So when I go into the store, before I even leave the store, I am spending $8. How do I know that? Because that's my deposit. So at 0, when I just walk inside it and they give me that umbrella, it's going to cost me $8. After the first hour, it's going to be $8 plus 4. Why 4? Because it's $4 an hour. So 8 plus 4 gives me 12. Well, what about 2 hours? Well, that's 8 plus 4 plus 4. 8 plus 4 plus 4. That gives me 16 hours. Another way to see this, how many 4s do I have? 1, 2. So instead of doing plus 4 plus 4, I can change this to multiplied by 2. All right. Well, after 3 hours, it would be 8 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 3 4. So I'm going to change this plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 to a 3. So 4 times 3, 12, plus 8 gives me a 20. Last one for this one, it would be 8 plus, well, have we seen a pattern? We had 1 4. We had 2, so 4 plus 4, so that'll be multiplied by 2. this means 4 multiplied by 3. So if we follow the pattern, there should be 4 multiplied by 4. So 4 times 4, 16, plus 8 is 24. So that's for Surfside rentals. Now, for beach bums, on the other hand, it told us that, if we read it again, beach bums rent umbrellas for a flat fee of $6 an hour with no deposit. So how much am I paying as soon as I get there? Well, nothing. I don't have a deposit, so it's not going to cost me anything. After the first hour, though, I'm going to spend $6. So my total is $6. After the second one, just like kind of what we did here, we're going to do 6 times however many hours. So 6 times 2. Because again, it's saying in hours. That's per hour. So 6 times 2 is 12. Then 6 times 3. 6 times 3, 18. 6 times 4. That's 24. So looking at question 3, it's asking, write an equation for beach bums. Well, what can you tell? That's the process that we're looking at here. So what did we do? Well, we didn't do anything with 0, but we had 6. Then what did we do after that? Well, this is technically 6 times 1, right? Because 6 times 1 is 6. So this 1, this 2, this 3, this 4, what does this represent? It represents the hours that we're going to be using that rental for the umbrella. So I can say that my equation is y equals 6 times however many hours I am renting. All right? It's not asking you for the other one, so we're going to wait when we make our graph, and then we're just going to plot these points. So this is what it's asking, and then we can work on creating an equation for that later. So how should this graph look like? Well, what are the two things we're dealing with? We're dealing with hours and we're dealing with cost. What is our x? Our x is the amount of hours. So this is my x. This is my y. So my x is hours. My y is cost. So for my hours, I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I could keep going, right? For my cost, everything is kind of in 2s. So I'm going to go by 2s. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, and 30. Our biggest number that we both got was 24, so we really don't need to worry about going anything past that. And then we start plotting down points because it's asking us. Graph both of the equations on the grid below. Be sure to label the graph. Use different colors for each line. So I'm going to use my pencil to do the Surfside rentals. So at 0, I'm going to be at 0 hours, and I'm going to go up to 8. So 2, 4, 6, 8. This is my first point. From there, 1 hour was 12. So at 1 hour, I'm going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. At 2 hours, it was 16. So 14, 16. At 3 hours, it was 20. At 4 hours, it was 24. So we can kind of see what our slope is. 1, 2 over 1, 1, 2 over 1, 1, 2 over 1, 1, 2 over 1. So I'll grab my ruler. Yes, you do need a ruler. You guys have an ID card. If you don't have an ID card, ask your parents to be able to use their like card of some sort. You guys should be able to use a card of some sort. All right. Now, we didn't know the equation for Surfside, so that's the reason why I did it that way. However, we do know the equation for beach bums, and that's y equals 6x. So I'm gonna go to 0, and we didn't have anything, so we're going to start there at 0. From there, because I don't have a y-intercept, right? So I have a plus 0. I don't have a y-intercept. This means my slope is 6 over 1. So I'm going to go here and count 2, 4, 6 over 1. Plot a point. 2, 4, 6 over 1. Plot a point. 2, 4, 6, plot a point. 2, 4, 6, plot a point. 2, 4, 6, plot a point. And then connect my dots. There we go. Question 5. When is Surfside Rentals the better deal? Well, if we look, Surfside was the gray one. When does it start going underneath, meaning it's less than my beach bum? It's after we hit that fourth hour. That's when it starts getting underneath that one. So after the 4th hour. How many hours did you rent from Beach Bum if the cost is $66? So, I don't think I have enough space to be able to do that, but I can create the equation here. So if I did 6x, which is my equation, equals 66, I can divide both of these by 6, and I get x equals 11. So after 11 hours, it'll be $66. How much will you spend at Surfside to rent for 17 hours? So again, I'm going to plug it into my equation. So what was the equation for Surfside? Technically, it's y equals 4x, because that's where it has the x, plus 8, because the 8 never changed. So y equals 4x plus 8. So y equals 4 times 17, because I want to know after 17 hours. So y equals, plus 8. 68 plus 8. So y equals 76. So it'll be $76 to rent it for 17 hours. Last question. After how many hours will the deals cost the same? So we already figured that one out. It was after 4 hours. So, and then what is the amount? So the deal will be the same. The deals will be the same after 4 hours, and it will cost $24. All right. So again, that's all we have to do is just answer every single question. If you look, you guys are going to have to do question 4 or page 4 by yourselves. It is almost identical to what we are doing. They already did your graph, so you don't have to worry about that. And you're just answering all the questions. It's not that hard. It is very simple. So it'll ask you how much will it cost for Jordan Rug Company to install 6. So go down to 6, go up, and then figure that out. Again, boom, boom, boom. It shouldn't be that hard. when you're looking at questions 10 and 11, make sure that you're just paying attention to how much distance you are going between the two spots that they're asking you for. All right, cool. Hopefully you guys can do this. I probably will send another video about this last part. Okay, take care.